Hey guys, welcome back to my live stream. This is an early one for me as I usually do night live streams, but I'm trying to change my life and start waking up earlier instead of sleeping so late and then waking up at like 2 p.m. every day, which is pretty much what I did for like years. So let's chat about everything money. There's a lot on my mind right now, and I'm just feeling really positive. So hopefully I am correct on where I think the path is going in the future for crypto, as I'm going to be talking about crypto later. If I'm wrong, then I'll look back at this video and think, wow, that was dumb. But no regrets. This is what I'm feeling. So I want to share it with you guys for whoever is interested. This is my channel, obviously, Living with Lucy, and I post a lot of different posts. So definitely check out all my many playlists. I think that my channel is pretty much a combination of probably like 20 different channels. So if you do enjoy my videos and you like to keep them coming, please support me by simply hitting that subscribe button and make sure to smash the like button whenever you come in and see my videos. Really appreciate it. So it's never financial advice on my channel. This is only feel free to ask me anything when I am obviously talking about money, talking about finance on this channel. If I deem your question okay, I will answer it. If I don't think it's an answer I want to answer, then I probably won't. So just no comment on that. But I generally try to respond back without giving you financial advice. Before we get started, I just want to say I am not sponsored by Gemini, but I absolutely love their credit card. And I just have to tell you guys, because you guys are like my internet friends. So I tell this to all my friends, whether they listen to it or not. And I love this credit card. So first off, my two favorite credit cards right now, I posted on pinned to the top of the stream. You can find like different links to things that I personally think is great and I use. So that's why I'm promoting down in the description below. But like the two credit cards that I absolutely love right now is Gemini and the Robinhood credit card. So if you have Robinhood app or Gemini app, you probably heard about it. Back then, like I think it was like 2017 or 2016, I remember I didn't even have a Chase Sapphire card, and friends of mine that did have the Chase Sapphire card was like, "Oh my god, look at my card. It's so cool. It's metal and blah blah blah." And then I was looking at my plastic cards like, "Oh man, that is cool. Like I want one." So I ended up getting a Chase Sapphire because they had this really great deal like years ago, and then I did it again afterwards. Because with Chase Sapphire, you could get it every 4 years. Like they had this deal where I think it was like more than 4 or 5 years ago. I had to spend $5,000 and I got $500 cash back. So something like that, which I thought was pretty cool because that's like $5,000 spend, get $500 back. That's 10% gains. If you want to think of it that way. That's my girl math. So I got that card back then, and I had this like really smart girlfriend that was like, she keeps an Excel sheet about all her credit cards. And she's like, yeah, okay, like you have to be smart about it. She's like, after you use it, you can get it again. You just have to cancel within the 4 years and then try to reapply with Chase. And then if they see that you've gotten the reward, let's say you got the reward, you got the $500, and then you try to get it 2 years later, they'll be like, nah, you're not allowed because you have to wait 4 years before you could try it again. So I think I waited like 4 to 5 years, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, like I could do it again." So then I got another deal that was even better than that one actually. I think I had to spend 6,000, but then I ended up getting like $700. Yeah, I went to the bank to do it. So definitely check. I love like saving money and I love like all these deals. So I like to look around. But yeah, nowadays with like Gemini and like Robinhood, and I probably am assuming a lot of other credit card companies too, all their cards are so nice. Like they're so shiny and they're like metal and they're prettier than the sapphire one. So my Robinhood gold one is obviously like a goldish tint. I feel like, by the way, they're probably coming out with more. I know there was a lot of people I talked about it on like another short video before and on a live stream, and some of you guys were like, "Oh, I didn't get my Robinhood credit card yet." I remember, I think it was like, what is it, like last month or 2 months ago, Vlad Tenev did this whole entire Robinhood giveaway, or like I think is it Gold Month or something. So it was a live stream. You could see it like on your Robinhood app. I watched it and it's pretty cool what they're coming up with. I mean, I don't have access to it right now. I think it's rolling out either this year or next year. But they're going to eventually have access to like drop off cash. Like Robinhood is going to be able to, like you get Uber Eats, drop off cash, which I think is absolutely insane, but very innovative. And I don't have their stock right now, but that is something that I would like to pursue if in the future we have this massive stock drop, which thank God we don't have right now. Market's pretty good, actually. Yeah, I believe in Robinhood for the future. And yeah, their credit card, that's when they unveil like all these different features for their credit card. And I think he said that 100,000 more people are going to be getting it soon. And when he did that video, or that live video, so a lot of more of you guys are probably going to get that credit card soon. I got mine like earlier in the year, and It's 3% on everything. Also, you can see if maybe I have a link down below. I'm not sure if I do, but I pinned the Gemini one on the top. But yeah, with Robinhood Gold, it's really good because I do that with all my miscellaneous stuff. Like if I go and I don't know, go to the dollar store and buy some, what do I buy at the dollar store? Like bleach or whatever. I'll just use my 3% Robinhood Gold. And also with Robinhood Gold, you could take it overseas. Like I could go to China and it's no foreign fee. So I absolutely love it. But I want to talk about the Gemini one right now. And I'll literally show you my portfolio right now. So with Gemini, I don't like I removed everything on Gemini. Like I had Gemini app obviously, like in 2022, 2021. In 2021, 2022 with Dogecoin, like everybody, like every single exchange in 2021 was adding Dogecoin and blah blah blah. And Gemini was one of those apps that had all these perks. I don't know if you guys remember this, but in 2021 they had these perks like you could put it with them and obviously you have to sign off on it. But they were able to give you interest. So I earned quite a bit of interest for Dogecoin. You basically earn like more Dogecoin. It's not like they give you cash. But I put my Dogecoin there and I earned like thousands of dollars through it. So that was pretty sweet. And then they stopped that. So then I just kind of took off all my Dogecoins off of Gemini. So then my Gemini portfolio was pretty much empty for a while until I got their Gemini credit card. And it was spend $3,000. So I got my credit card this year, and it was spend $3,000. You know the drill. Usually it's within 3 months or whatever. And you spend $3,000, then they end up giving you $200 in cash. Which honestly, that deal on its own is not like the greatest deal of all time because you could get that at a lot of different places. But what I liked about it is that they were paying in crypto, and you get to select the type of crypto that is available on Gemini for your rewards. So I ended up selecting Doge Lawn Mars, I think, for a second. And then I was like, no, I want Chill Guy. And then I was like, no, I want to go back to Dogecoin. So I was just really lucky that when I swiped my credit card and I was getting my rewards back, it was during the months when just Dogecoin, crypto, everything was so garbage. And I think Dogecoin was like 14 cents. And now obviously like even with the recently it's just been bouncing up and down, but recently it went to like 25 cents and now I think it's like still over 21 cents. So yeah, my $200 right now at this point, a few days ago it was like over $400. Now it's at 385. See that's my trading balance, but I didn't actually have to trade anything. It's just that this is my Gemini app. Gemini just rewards me like my money. Well, my Dogecoins. The $200 has turned into this because I kept swapping, which I loved about it. Like if you're just getting cash for your credit card or whatever, it's just a cash balance, which I still love. Like my Citi double cash one, I just get straight up cash, 2% on everything. But this is actually better for me because that means my $3,000 that I spent to get the $200 reward in crypto. Well, I have to thank myself because my SO was trying to get me. He's like, just do, because he has the card too. He was like, just do Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin's so safe. Just do Bitcoin. I was like, I'm not going to do Bitcoin because if I do Bitcoin, like it's not going to 2x. Like, well, some people think that Bitcoin's going to go to like $500,000 this year or $200,000. I don't think so. So no hate to Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I hope it goes to the moon. But like, I was like, I don't think it's going to go to the moon within the span of the couple months that I'm going to get my reward. So I'm going to stick with my Dogecoin. And that worked out for me. And I still believe it's going to keep going higher. So that's why I could just sell like what I just showed you guys right now. Eric, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. Always appreciate it, you guys. Like button to the moon. What's going on today? So today, just want to chat. I'm just going to say, I'm going to stay for a while. I'm just going to chat with you guys for a very long time. I haven't like not every single day. I love like YouTube. I love you guys. I love posting videos, obviously. Like I think it's not even an addiction to like posting videos. I honestly, truly just I feel like I made like literally I have 5,000 videos you could check on this channel alone. And then if you count like the fact that I also have Redno now, TikTok and Instagram and every single app in the world, basically, minus Snapchat. I don't know if Snapchat monetizes. I don't know. I don't do that. But maybe I'll do Snapchat if they end up rewarding their content creators. But out of all these videos, I truly just like I love posting. And I feel like it's not even everything that I want to do. So I actually made a second channel. If you want to support me, Eric, as well, please subscribe to the second channel as well. There will be very, very long live streams, not about this. I think whatever I'm already talking about here, I'm not going to move over to my second channel. So I think the second one's more just going to be like more my artsy channel, or like I will do live streams in the future over there, but just talk about like life and existentialism and other things that I'm interested in. that I might be not be talking about here, and I'll probably do a 24-hour live stream, like, on the other channels. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers once again. It's really hard to start from the beginning, guys. Like, I don't know why I did this to myself because it's the hardest thing to start from scratch, but it's fine. So check out link down in the description below. I called it Spam Masubi Boo Boo. Yeah, that's my new channel. I might change the name later on to, I don't know, like Choco Pie or whatever. But for now, I'm okay with the name, so that's just gonna stick. But yeah, let's get started. So let's first off talk about the fact that Tesla is insane. Like I can't even. I remember before this crypto pop off, like Ethereum. Remember when Ethereum was literally what, less than like 3 months ago? Let's see here. Yeah. Not May. Let's go to, yeah, a month ago. Okay, anyways, you could have bought in less than a month ago. Ethereum was $1,567, which was lower than my last buy-in price. Well, I bought it at 1,500, but it just made my average into about 1,700. So my average is literally like 1,700, but it was like 1,900. And then when it dropped to 1,500, I'm like, well, I still believe in it, and I don't want to wait for it to go back up while I'm at a $1,900 average. And so luckily I did have some money left and I put it into Ethereum at 1,500. But you basically could have gotten Ethereum in April during tax season, which to me, like, again, this is just my personal imagination theory. I just watch next year in April. I don't believe. I've never seen April be an awesome month for anybody. It wasn't like this in 2021. It wasn't like this in 2022. It wasn't like this. Well, actually, maybe it was like this in 2020. 2020 was a really whack year. But anyways, yeah, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. April just sucks. So I blame it on the fact that that's just America's tax season. So to me, I just don't like April. And I think I think I did okay this year, but next year I want to do better. And definitely I don't want to have any positions open for April just because I feel like whether it's stocks or crypto generally doesn't perform well for me and just the patterns that I've seen. So yeah, not going to be invested next year. But anyways, I'm glad to have bought the dip though. I think like April is a great month to buy the dip. And we could have all gotten Ethereum at 1,500 on April 21st. And now it is basically up, like, even having dropped from $2,700 literally like 2 days ago, Ethereum is still 2,500. That's absolutely insane. My return on it right now, but that I didn't buy all of it at 1,500. So again, my average is like 1,700. My return on it is like 48% right now. But with Tesla, let's see here. Tesla today is at $342. All-time high, I think, was 488. At least that's what I searched on Google. On my Robinhood, it's showing like, let's just say around $400. But that's nuts. It's getting closer to its all-time high. So anyways, when Ethereum was down in April, I was looking over at Tesla and I bought like the tiniest bit, like not even 10 grand. And I bought a little bit of Tesla and I was thinking like, maybe I should like just drop Ethereum and put it all into Tesla. But then I was like, no, Ethereum is probably going to perform better. So when Tesla shot up recently, Ethereum like didn't move as much. I was so mad at myself, but I'm glad that I didn't just like hop around, because had I moved my money from Ethereum and been like, oh, well, Tesla's moving, let me put it all into Tesla, then I wouldn't have gotten the gains for Ethereum. Right now, I'll tell you guys, my ETH growth is like over 40%. Tesla's like pretty close. It's like I'm up 39% for Tesla because my average is $245. I didn't catch it at $222, but I honestly was thinking about it. I was like, maybe I should just drop like a lot. I even thought about selling other crypto positions just to put it in Tesla because I do believe in the future of Tesla. Like, I know if you go to a Tesla shop right now, if you go to Santa Monica and you go to Tesla, you're going to see the robot, but you're not going to see it dance. You're not going to see all these videos that Elon Musk is posting. I do believe that that will be the future. And I think that's almost like it's almost like his ace card. Like, the way I see Tesla right now is a lot of people are talking badly about it. A lot of people dislike him, politics and everything. But I don't think that the company itself will drown because of it. I think people who bought Teslas and friends that I know that own Teslas, they're not going to be like, oh, everybody hates Elon Musk. Like, let me just stop using this. Let me just buy a Toyota now. Like, they're not going to do that. And people who have bought a Tesla, I've never seen any one of my friends sell their Teslas and then go and buy a Toyota or go buy a BMW or a Lexus. I mean, people who have enough money will just have multiple other cars. But generally, if you just have the one car, like people aren't gonna go and have a Tesla Model 3 or whatever, or a Tesla Model Y or X, and then be like, oh, you know what? I actually hate it. Let me just go back to driving like ICE. So that's kind of the way I see it. And I believe that he has that Trump card in a sense. Not literally anything to do with Trump, but I feel like in the future, once the diners come out, because there's supposed to be that Santa Monica diner, which at one point in time he said on X, I don't know if he was serious. I hope he was, that they're going to be accepting Dogecoin and you could go charge your car and like eat food. It's kind of like old diner style type of thing. In Santa Monica, I think once that's open, and then once the robots are either for sale or at least on display, ready to be for sale, and for you to actually like put in your orders for Optimus, I can see the stock like just exploding. That's again the way I see it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I think that that will be the future, and that's kind of like his secret sauce for the future. I don't know when it's gonna be unleashed, when that will happen, and I think like probably these businesses have an idea of when people have more money in a sense too. So it kind of makes sense that they will want to wait for the right timing. Maybe there'll be like a crypto boom at one point and you'll have a lot of, or maybe there'll be more stimulus checks in the future. Who knows? I think like these businesses, like if I were the Apples or the Tesla or the Amazons of the world, I would probably be, well, not Amazon included, but actually, yes, Amazon included. You could release major products when you think there's going to be a massive increase in funds for everybody. So that could be the photo. Thank you, Eric. It's funny you used to have a finance. Well, funny enough, this was not always a finance channel. I feel like everyone's like, this is a finance channel because I started to do live streams because people asked me to do live streams. I went from doing like just regular videos, like did mukbangs. Well, technically I still do food videos, but I did like long mukbangs. I did videos of like what I traded on Robinhood back in like 2020. I had all types of videos always. And I had like a hair cutting video at one point. But then people were like, oh, instead of just posting these videos about Dogecoin for like 8 minutes or whatever, why don't you just do live streams? And I was like so shy to do it. And I still am. Again, no one believes me, but I am very awkward in person. I still am shy about the fact that I even do live streams. I'm not very good at speaking. There's like always these words that I'm thinking and I can't express myself. So I always feel tongue tied a lot of times, even though I like go off and I could talk for a very long time. But it's just like one of those insecurities that I try to overcome as I'm talking, or I hope to be more eloquent with my words in the future, just better vocabulary. But yeah, and then people started thinking that this was just finance. So because I did do a lot of like purely finance live streams, but now I have so many playlists. That's just like I'm just interested in a lot of things. I can't pick. So it's just like an everything channel. And then it's not enough. So I had to get a second channel. So again, guys, link down below. Please support Spam Masubi Boo Boo, my second channel, which I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you enjoy these random videos of mine that I'm just like talking nonstop, I might take y'all on a trip somewhere. Like I might go to the beach and just start doing a live stream for like 24 hours. If that's no, I don't think I could be at the beach for 24 hours. But I think you can, you know what? I learned some interesting things because I didn't look this up back then when I started like this channel. But now that I'm starting like a second channel, I looked at all the requirements and you actually can be monetized, but I don't think they pay you for ads. So, you know, like my long form videos, you could put ads in it. You're not allowed to put ads in long form videos if you start a new YouTube channel until you have 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours, which is what I'm trying to get to. But they have this new thing where, by the way, if you want to start a YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. I think one day everybody's going to have a YouTube channel. That's just what I personally believe in. Talk to me in 20 years and see if I was correct. But what's it called? Right now they have this thing where you can just have 500 followers and I think it's 3,000 watch hours. Basically, it's easier if you have 500 followers, you get monetized in a different way. I think people are able to send you like super chats maybe. I think that's the one. Like they could at least like tip you or something, but you're still not able to make money on like the regular long form videos. Give us a Tesla full self-driving anti gravitic already. I don't know what that is, but oh, you know what? Recently, my ESO showed me this video of a car that can basically fly. But I've also seen videos of, like, cars in China that can, like, get up, and I think it's Speed. Speed, the YouTuber who's huge. I think he got big on Twitch, right? I saw a couple videos of him that he's, like, recently this year was all over China, like, he went to Shanghai, went to, like, Beijing and all these major, like, Shanghai mega cities, and I think he got into a car, I forgot what company. I don't know if it was Huawei or what are their major ones? Huawei makes cars. So, like, when I went last year, that was super cool, like, seeing that because we don't have anything like this here. I'm still amazed that Apple I don't think Apple's doing the phone thing anymore, but that would have been oh, sorry, not the phone thing. I don't think Apple's doing the car thing anymore, right? Because that was all the talks, like, couple years back, and then they were like, and then we just stopped hearing about it. So Apple could have been like those things that I see in the China malls. Like when I go to the Chinese malls, they're Huawei phones. So people in China have Apple phones. Like it's really funny. My cousin over there, her husband does not like Apple products. Like her husband is a strict like Huawei fan. So her husband and her daughter has Huawei cell phones. She has an Apple phone. But when you go to the Huawei stores, they're like one of them is like two tiers. And then you see all these phones and like watches, so like Huawei's version of like an Apple Watch and whatnot. And then you also see just giant cars inside the same shop. So it's like, can you imagine if Apple had like a 3-story floor and then like the bottom with like a couple Apple cars? I hope that's the future for Apple, though. I think that'd be pretty sick. Like, I'm not saying I wanna buy an Apple car because I'm still a Tesla girl. Like, I feel I don't have a Tesla, but I'm a Tesla girl because I always told my friends, I'm like, the way I see it is just purely like data collection. I don't think that Apple's just gonna come out rising and just take over. I think Apple, out of all the other companies out there, like Amazon, Netflix included, I think Apple will have more of an edge because literally this is carried by everybody. Like that's just so much data. It's insane. Like I can't even fathom. Um, and Google obviously has so much data, Google Maps, but then Tesla is the one with basically a little like in my mind, I see it as Elon Musk has all these cars. If you buy his car anywhere around the world, it's just cameras everywhere. It's collecting your driving data. Like that is a type of data that is going to help make me as a consumer feel like I'm safer inside a Tesla car. Cause I'm like, okay, they've been doing this. There's so many other cars out there collecting the data, and then there's obviously going to be a lot of issues with any company, but they're gonna work on those issues, and then I want to get the car once those issues are more handled. That's kinda just how I see it. But that would be cool if, like, Apple still has cars one day. I'm sure there will be major Apple fans that would love to buy it, especially the ones that hate Elon Musk now, and I'm sure there are. There are a lot of people who I'm saying that the friends I know and the people that I know, nobody dropped their Teslas and set it on fire or whatever, but I'm sure there are people who hate Elon Musk so much after all the politics and whatever they see online that they've just decided to toss their Teslas. I think that's very wasteful, though, if you're gonna burn a Tesla, like, that's just bad for the environment, that's so wasteful, that's terrible, don't do that. Low Roller Scratcher, hi there. How did you find Prismatic Evolution Elite Trainer box? Since I cannot find that box, people are resell for 150 bucks. Did you pay over 150 bucks for that box? So no. By the way, guys, if you're interested in Pokemon and stuff, I literally created a Pokemon playlist on here on this channel, so you could go check my live streams over there. I'm gonna start opening boxes on live streams, but it'll be under that playlist. Whatever. If you enjoy all my video, can someone answer me this, by the way, because I don't have my notifications on for anybody on YouTube. I just subscribe to like a bunch of random YouTubers, but I'm not actually. I don't have the notifications on for anybody because I just don't have time. But if you do have notifications on for YouTubers, can you tell me like, does that mean you're just bothered by every single like, if you have a notification on for me, does that mean you're bothered by every short video that I post and every single live stream? Or can you pick? Can you pick to do a notification only for my live stream so you don't have to see my, like, stupid shorts if you don't wanna see my stupid shorts? Because 'Cause I'm like, I really want people to have notification on, but I'm like, "Man, what if you're just here for my live streams and you don't wanna watch my, like, short videos? Then you won't have" anyways, um, sorry. So my SO bought me that, to answer your question, Low Roller Scratcher, my SO bought me my Prismatic Evolution Elite Trainer box, and prior to that, I had done an opening for the surprise box, which was only 4 booster packs. The Elite box has 9 booster packs. But the 9 box one, the the 9 booster pack Elite Trainer one. I think he told me it's like $50 MSRP. So originally, I think Nintendo was selling it for like 50-ish dollars. But then people just bought it out from Walmart and Target and whatever, and obviously resold. Because I heard there's like all these bots. That's what I hear. Like there's literally screenshots people post on Reddit on how bots are buying within a second like millions of dollars worth of Pokemon boxes. And I just don't know why they allow this, but whatever. No, but my SO found it. I think he said he had to like buy it from a reseller, but this reseller apparently was selling it for like 90 or $95. So he told me he paid like $95, but he didn't get it from GameStop. He didn't get it from GameStop or Target. It was definitely a reseller. But I did hear that they still randomly drop it sometimes. So I think like Walmart did drop it like literally this week, but it's like random. You don't know when. And then like there will be these bots that will buy it out. So it's kind of nuts. Yeah, I heard there's like these Discord spaces for people to be like just on it with the Pokemon cards. And like I'm not that mad. I'm not that mad because I see everything as like it's just a business. And then those people that are there's like I think it's on the news too, that people line up 3 days, 1 week in advance, like camping out to get Pokemon cards at a GameStop. And like I would do it too if if I was like absolutely had no money and I had to pay rent. I don't know if that's the situation for the people out there that are lining up for like a week in advance because it's like, what are you doing? Like, don't you have other things to do for that week? Do you not have a full-time job or part-time job? I don't know. Or maybe they're really rich. But I think if I had to pick, I think most of the people in that lineup probably are doing it because they need to fund their lifestyles or just make more money. And it's hard to make money. So I almost like, mm, I get it. And it's kind of nice, I guess, that because it's so popular, they had that opportunity to do it. So, I mean, yeah, kind of it's like it sucks, but then I'm also like, the world sucks. No, I'm just kidding. No. But like it's hard. It's hard to make money. So I kind of get it. This is my matcha green tea, by the way. It's so good. I mean, I put it's technically a latte because once you put milk in it, it's a latte. Low Roller Scratcher says opening Pokemon packs are gambling since people can sell that rare card for $2,000 card. Yeah, I would like a $2,000 card, but I don't want to sell it. I just want to say I have a $2,000 card. That and the fact that I just really want a card that I want. I would like to collect one day like a very, very rare special card. I don't know if we'll ever get the opportunity to, but if you search online for Pikachu, I think it's like a Van Gogh Pikachu card. I wanna say I saw online this was, like, more than a year or 2 or something ago, right? Like, it was in Amsterdam. I think there was, like, a Van Gogh museum or something, and if you had gotten tickets to see Van Gogh in Europe or the Van Gogh Museum in Europe, they did this, like, I guess, Pokemon collab where they gift I don't even think you have to buy it, right? I heard you get to get a card if you go in that day. That was, like, the promo of, like, the Van Gogh thing, and I heard a lot of people, like, went in multiple times supposedly, and just, like, a lot of people ended up obviously taking so much of the cards and then selling it online for, like, I don't know, $500 or way more, even though they got it for like nothing. If that ever happens, like there is such a precious card, whether it be like Van Gogh or Monet or whatever, I would love to get it. Like I'm down to fly over to Amsterdam and buy a ticket because like I am interested in art. So I think I would love to go see the art, whether it be like Van Gogh or Monet or who else is there, Pablo Picasso, and then also be able to collect a very rare card. I just don't know if that opportunity will ever come again. Like, I've never heard of anything like that since that, like, one time. Am I camping out of GameStop tonight? Doing something? I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's the people that I'm talking about. I saw online that people posted there are people who camped out, like, a week ago. Like and there's a sign at GameStop that says, "I think you can only get so much." So, like, once those people who line up and they get into the GameStop, I don't know what their limit is, but there is a limit. They can't just buy out the whole store. Like, you can't just be the first person to go in and just, like, grab everything. But you can take your whole family. I don't think there is, like, a rule against that, right? Like, if I went in and I was the first person in line and I had, like, 2 husbands and, like, 5 children, that's, like 8 people and your grandparents 10 people or whatever, can they really stop you? I don't think so. So that's also like the problem with these lineups. I wouldn't even try, honestly. Like if there was a limit as to how much they have and I see like 25 people already camping out, like I'm not going to be the 26th person. I just don't think that there would really be a chance. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about crypto. Oh, so anyway, so what inspired me to want to make this video today is I'm just like really feeling good about the fact that we are like that the fact that crypto is currently at the market cap of, let me refresh this. No, it's over 3 trillion. It's at 3.31 trillion. And I'm just feeling good about it. I just think I not saying I'm like Michael Saylor and I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna go 100x," like, because I think he says in many interviews, like, it could 10x crypto, like, well, he means is Bitcoin. It could 10x, it could 100x. Keyword could, not guaranteed. But I don't think it's gonna 100x because that'll be way bigger than the market cap of gold, which I think is it under 20 trillion? I think it's under 20 trillion. But at the end of the day, I see it as all relevant to, like, how long you're going to see the charts for. Because when there was, like, that sell-off, people were like, "Warren Buffett's so smart. Warren Buffett's so smart. Like, look at this guy. He has so much cash. He already sold off." I do agree that Warren Buffett's super smart, but I thought of it more as, like, an age situation. I'm like, he's not like he's not like Mark Zuckerberg's age. He's not Elon Musk's age. I know Elon Musk isn't, like, 18 or whatever, but, like, these guys are significantly younger than Warren Buffett. So the way I see it is wherever Warren Buffett predicted or he has to, like, do a risk analysis on where he thinks the future is, and Trump is kind of a wild card, and if I were him and at that 90 something age, I would probably do the same thing. There's no need to be, like, keeping all your money in the market anymore at that point, right? He's already a winner. Warren Buffett's obviously always a winner, and I wouldn't mess around, and then obviously he came out and he's came down from Berkshire Hathaway as well. So to me, that's more of a decision. Like sometimes I feel like people take everything like, oh my God, he knew the future. Like he knew it was going to drop. I don't think every single time, like some people are, like I think some people do predict it right. But then sometimes people just go by like their life circumstances. And if I were like Warren Buffett, I probably wouldn't have messed around. And I also make sense why he's not like dumping all his money to like double up, triple up and like crypto because why? I think and I'm not saying it's just like, "Oh, crypto's only for young people," but it is a time thing, right? Like, every 4 years, Bitcoin halving. That's gonna make a difference in most likely the price of Bitcoin, but that's 4 years of your life, and not everybody has 40 years more coming for their lives, right? Like, it's just most humans I think they say, like, right now, you can live to, like, 120. I think there's somebody who's, like, 120 years old right now. I think a woman. I don't know if they're in America or somewhere else in the world, but or 115 years old. But basically, people are living over 100 right now, but no one's lived to 200 years old, so you just gotta think about that. Let's see there. So right now we're at 3.31 trillion. Bitcoin is at 103,000. It came down though. Bitcoin was at 105,000 and I was very excited. I'm like, I can almost scratch my card. I said I'm saving this baby. My Series 2 Cardsmith currency cards. This is the last one that I didn't scratch because I scratched a 0.001 Bitcoin. I have one Litecoin. The best one I think was my Dogecoin. Yeah, scratched 2,000 Dogecoins on one of these cards. But I'm saving this one, my last one that I pulled out so far, purely for when Bitcoin hits a new all-time high. And I'm hoping that will happen sometime before the end. I mean, we still have like 2 more weeks going for this month. Maybe it could happen this month. But it's kind of I think it's just like a little correction. It's corrected a bit. But if it slides, like if Bitcoin goes down below 90,000, I'd be worried for everything else that everything's going to start tanking massively again. But with Trump and finally caving in and dropping those tariffs slightly as I predicted. I told you guys, like, I just don't think like so many people kept saying like, oh my God, Trump doesn't know what he's doing. He's just literally going to raise tariffs nonstop and tariffs going to go to 800%. Like some people actually thought that he was going to keep increasing the tariffs. Like I just did not believe because the moment, and I'm not worried about like World War III until all of the companies that are American in China have left. I just safe between, like, a war not happening between China and the US, so long as you see Chinese products in America, which we do now, like all those Labubus you see from Pop Mart that every celebrity, like, it's crazy. In the beginning, I think it was, like, the Lisa from Blackpink, which is from Korea, was the first major celebrity, international celebrity, I guess, that was talking about Labubus, and then now literally everyone. Like, so many celebrities have it that it's wild, but it's Chinese, and it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like, have you guys ever heard of the saying soft power? Like how in America when people eat like kimchi or when they eat sushi is Japanese. It's kind of like soft power when a country has kind of like another country has come into your country and the citizens are like getting used to their products or their items or their food or their culture. So for the longest time, I feel like Korean culture has always been pretty deep in America since I guess like a little before Blackpink, but Blackpink kind of like made it in within the last decade. And now all these different K-pop stars like BTS, they've done collabs with like American stars. And I think like now that's all intertwined a lot. But there's no, like first off, China doesn't have K-pop like, C-pop stars the way that Korea makes them. Like, they just don't have that, so that it wouldn't be possible anyways, but they do have their own stars, but you don't really see, like, Chinese celebrities or, like, artists, singers doing a lot of collabs and becoming really famous in America or in Hollywood. So that's not happening, and I don't know if that in the future will happen, and then maybe, like, a Bollywood star would all of a sudden also be really, really popular in America. Like, that's just, like, I don't know. But I do see, like, this whole Labubu Pop Mart trend is, like, the first time I think in the last 20 years something big is kind of happening here, right? Like, finally, Americans are almost, like, accepting this product that is fully not just like Apple cell phones, which is made in China, but, like, manufactured and with the pieces in America. Like, because sorry, it's designed. Your Apple phones are, I think it literally says on the box, designed in California, at least the last box that I looked at was designed in California, but, like, manufactured in China or something. Because it's, like, literally the pieces are put together by, like, Chinese people, right, in China. Um, but it's designed in America, and I think this is, like, the first time this is a purely, like, China product, so I think this Labubu craze is kinda wild. It's like a big cultural moment in a sense is the way I see it. I don't know what else could come of this. Sorry, I was talking about tariffs. There's a saying that when tariffs are around, it stops the bullets. Have you guys heard of that? That's the belief that when countries are trading with each other, we're not actually going to go to war because we're trading with each other. So there's like when we're all benefiting from each other and America's making money and China's making money and everybody's happy, you're not going to be like starting World War III. So to me, the day that I'll be scared for my life and I'd be scared for like missiles flying around between China and America would be the day that, let's say, Xi Jinping's like, get out, Apple, and your KFCs and your McDonald's, which KFC is, like, a really big deal in China. Like, there's so many KFCs in Shanghai, it's crazy. But anyways, the moment, like, all those major companies, Nike, whatever, they're all kicked out of China, and then, obviously, if that happens, America's clearly going to retaliate and be like, "No more Pop Mart," like, "Goodbye, Labubus," and, like, all that stuff. Then I think the tariffs will be increased to, like or maybe not even increased. At that point, I think they'll just stop trade completely. And then it'd just be over, and then I'd be scared that, like, we're just going to a war. So I was never really scared that we're gonna go to a war because 'cause I'm like, "Okay, Apple's still running business in China." And I just believed that they were going to drop tariffs. And I said in my, like, last stream, I told you guys because there's so many what do I say? Middle class? Middle class? I feel like there's so many people like, okay, if you're like a millionaire, multi-billionaire, you're not buying products from China to try to make a buck at a brick and mortar shop. You're just not. So there's a lot of people that are middle class or trying to even get to middle class that I see on the news that are buying their items, like, from Korea or China or whatever. I gave you guys an example because I saw this on the news where this lady, she owns a shop, a brick and mortar shop, a beauty shop that sells specifically, like, K-beauty, J-beauty products, so Japanese and Korean beauty products that she buys overseas. I think maybe even from China too, I don't know. And she buys these products, obviously, let's say, like, you buy a product for $5, you're selling it here for maybe, I don't know, like, $20, I'm just making it up. You're gonna get wrecked. And people like that are still going to get wrecked. Because 'cause I'll read you this is from CNN. So, the Trump administration has cut its tariffs on de minimis packages, so that's, remember the de minimis rule, where if your package is under $800 or less, then you didn't have to pay. Because before Trump came in, so this is in Biden era, this is, like, in 2024, when you buy stuff from Temu and Shen, they use the de minimis loophole. So basically, you legally, they did not have to, and you as an American consumer buying something from Shen and Temu, whatnot, as long as it's under $800, so I could buy like a $10 bikini, and I'm not paying, like, tariffs on it because it's under 800. But now that's still there. So even though they've decreased it, which is pretty wild, it says the Trump administration has cut its tariffs on de minimis packages or shipments of goods worth 800 or less coming in from China from 120% is what they, like, recently Trump put it at, to 54%. That's still a lot. And slash the rate from 145% to 30% for packages from commercial carriers. So, again, correct me if I'm wrong. The way I'm seeing it is that is still wrecking Shen, Temu, and, like, basically small, tiny businesses or middle class businesses who are maybe buying items, like maybe they are buying items from Shen for $10 of a bikini and then selling it at a brick and mortar shop in person here for like $30. Well, now you can't get it for your $10 anymore because it's still, even though it's not 120%, which is absolutely impossible for you to really make money, to now 54% is still a lot. So it's kind of crazy that, like, the rate at which the commercial carriers, which I'm reading it as that would be like the Apples of the world, right? Is now 145% to 30%. So why is it that the commercials carriers are getting it for 30% and then those de minimis ones are 54? They're like, shouldn't it be flipped? I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. A $100 flat fee option also won't surge to $200 per postal item come June 1st. So I guess everything's decreased for now. And again, it's still like a situation where we've had Trump be in the White House since like January 20th, right? And it hasn't even been 6 months yet. And everybody's like getting whiplash. Like every other day, it's like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You got to check the news like every other day or every other week to figure out what's happening now, like what's going on with the tariff situation. Is it happening? Is it not happening? Is he canceling it? Like, it's so confusing. So I don't know what will happen in the future, but my, like, guess on this whole thing is that I thought the de minimis situation is not going to come back. Like, I think it's just that those days are over. I just feel like in the future when you buy from Temu and Shen, it's just going to purely cost you more money. So that's just, I guess, the realities of it. I do hope for people and myself, in case I haven't bought anything from Shen and Temu in a very, very long time. But I do hope for myself. I do buy stuff from TikTok Shop though, but it's also been a while. I hope for everybody that does buy from those China shops and whatnot, that the 54, like now it's 120 to 54%. I hope it goes down lower in the future. I don't know if Trump's really gonna do that though. So yeah, I don't think anything under like you're not gonna get under $800. You don't have to pay any taxes on it. I think those days are probably over. And again, it just benefits the American companies because maybe people are gonna be like, oh, look at the price. Why don't I just buy from Amazon or eBay? So okay, that was according to the executive order issued Monday, which goes into effect after midnight on Wednesday. So yeah, it's like at least it's gotten lower. Like I'm happy to see that at least he did cave in the way that I kind of predicted it, but I also think it's still going to be hard. And by the way, I don't know, let me know if you're in another state or if you are in California and you're looking at houses. I told you guys that I want to buy a house this year, so wish me luck. Mm, DJ Lorbuck, hi. DJ Laura says, keep some kimchi in the fridge. I do always have kimchi in the fridge. I love kimchi so much. I love my kimchi with like in the morning sometimes when I'm just sick of like regular eggs or boiled eggs. Boiled eggs are the best. Like, my parents have always told me, like, "Try to eat boiled eggs because 'cause you're not adding oil in it in the morning." So I just like to make a boiled egg slightly, like, yolky in the middle, not too yolky, and I just add a little bit of salt. But sometimes I get bored of that if I do that, like, a week in a row, so then I'll, like, fry up an egg and just put some kimchi in it or, like, a little bit of vegetable if I'm not that lazy, but I usually am lazy, so I'll just put in some kimchi. It's delicious. Sorry, but what was I saying? I forgot. Um Something about the tariffs. Oops. Nope, totally forgot. Are you selling on Whatnot or for live selling auction? It is modern QVC and HSN. I have no idea, low roller scratcher, what those are. I have heard of Whatnot, but I also know there's also TikTok. Like, I guess I qualify because I think you need like 1,000 followers to sell on TikTok live streams and whatnot. I don't do those. I feel like I just don't have enough time. I just want like you can only pick so many things in a day, unfortunately, to do. So I'm like, I cannot get another platform for my e-commerce. But speaking of which, e-commerce. I'm loving the fact that I think oh, shoot, I remember what I was talking about now. Okay, so houses. Sorry, let's talk about houses first. So I wanna buy a house, so I've been looking at, obviously, the housing prices in all of Southern California. Like, I'm willing to move, like, 2 hours, 3 hours away. Okay, it's not 3 hours away, but I'm willing to move, like, an hour away, left or right, up or down, as long as I could get a house that is I deem affordable. I could try to pay it off as much as possible and either have absolutely no mortgage or just like the least amount of mortgage, meaning an under like 1,500 a month or like under 2 grand a month because I just can't handle like I can't handle it. Like, I stress out thinking about the mortgages that I know other people have, like 3,000 a month, 4,000 a month, $5,000 a month, and even, like, some of my friends who, like, rent, and they have, like, $5,000 a month in rent to pay. I'm like, "How?" I mean, they make enough money, so but it's still it doesn't matter how much money you make, like, $5,000 a month is still a lot. Like, even if you make 200,000 dollars a year alone, I still think, like, 5 grand a month is, like, it's a lot of money. So yeah, that's my goals. But I've realized recently on Zillow that a lot more houses are popping up. So maybe this is just a trail of things going down, which is I hope for. But again, my in a perfect world, I want, which is not a perfect world, but in the perfect world, the best ending for me, if I'm lucky enough, would be I wait for my stocks and my crypto positions to pop off to the moon and then some, and I sell it all. And then I wait for markets to eventually crash, or even if it doesn't crash, I want these houses to start dropping in price because when they're like literally last year when I was looking around for houses, like last year I didn't have much money either, but I was like, let me start looking just so I can compare. Last year when I was looking at the prices of houses, there was not many houses available. So then I'm like, okay, no wonder like there's barely any houses. So when you do see a house, it's just gone because people are scooping it up like crazy. But now there's so many houses. So let me know if that's the same situation, not just in California, but in SoCal right now. Yeah, like most of the houses are like just sitting there. They're not getting scooped up easily because now there's too much supply. And that's kind of a good thing because I'm a future buyer, so I want, if anything, there to be even more homes out there that cannot sell, that would just have to sit there, but the prices aren't just gonna drop like magic. How it's going to work, like anything else, is they're gonna sit there, and then the sellers are gonna realize, like, "Oh, crap, nobody wants to buy my stuff, nobody wants to buy my house, and now I really need the money now, so let me just drop the price." And then maybe 2 weeks later, a month later, they still can't sell, and then they have to keep dropping, and then hopefully all the houses will just start crashing more. I don't think I'm gonna be lucky enough to see 2008 levels of a housing market crash. I don't think so. Like, I don't think a house that I'm looking at right now, let's say if it's like 1.2 million, is gonna all of a sudden be half off or even $700,000. But I do think it could be possible that a lot of overpriced houses that are like clearly, I know that let's say they bought it because you could see on sale like what it was last recently purchased for or whatever. Some houses were bought for like $800,000 and they're trying to sell for like 1.4 million. And I'm like, "What?" And they did like, yeah, they did a little renovation here and there, but it's like, what? So I hope that at least, let's say, like a $1.2 million house maybe can be dropped to like a realistic 1 million or 950,000. That would make me happy. Or and like a $900,000 home hopefully can be dropped to like 700,000, so I can save a lot more money. So that's the game plan. But yeah, let me know what's going on in your state, or maybe if you're in a different country, what the housing situation is there. I constantly like to ask, like my cousin, like I said, that's in Shanghai, like about the housing situation, but it's very real tight there. So like Shanghai of China is a super mega, is it called mega super or mega city? So it's just so large that it's like more people than like most countries. Um, it's like a country in its own. So that type of golden area when they have a good school district, which she's in, it's just the housing prices aren't gonna drop much. Let's be real here. Um, so I think it would be more likely, if anything, that California, certain areas start dropping in prices. I don't think Beverly Hills is gonna lose a lot of pricing anytime soon. Oh shoot. Okay. I gotta take a call. But yeah, so that's the future of it. And I just want to talk about the fact that I'm really happy that I'm in crypto right now, because I always this is the reason why I wanted to do this live stream. I just think that every time I think back about crypto, I think about 2020 when I went into a bank. I'm pretty sure it was Chase. And I was like asking this guy, he was like a financial advisor, about like my investments. And I was like, "Oh, what are you invested in?" And we talked about crypto. And he literally like looked at me like, like, what are you talking about? Like, Bitcoin is basically garbage without saying it's garbage. And now I just think about him and how much he probably regrets those words. And maybe he doesn't, maybe he forgot about it, or maybe he converted and then started buying crypto, like, after he said that. Who knows? But I just think that we are still early. Like, if you have been around since I've only been around since 2019, as in, like, I've only started to, like, be curious about crypto and start investing in crypto since 2019. And even if people that are invested right now, I still think that they are early. There's just so many, like, the more I think back to the past and, like, just how humans work and how, like, not just technology, but just everything, just the way that humans, how long it takes for people to kind of, like, accept things, and then it just takes off. I don't think crypto is accepted. Like, I think if we eat, like, the way I kinda compare it to, like, YouTube, how even myself, like, I believe that YouTube was great. I wanted to be a YouTuber, and I wanted to do YouTube even, like, 2007, and how everybody thought it was embarrassing. Never, and, like, people still nowadays, even if they don't say it to my face, like, I know there are a lot of people that, like, when I'm like, "Oh, I do YouTube, like, I enjoy it or whatever, monetize," and people are just like, you can see you can see the judgment still, but it's a lot less. It's like me, myself, like, even though I was so interested, it took me over a decade to be like, "You know what? I'm fine with it. Like, judge me all you want. I don't care." That took me, like, 10 years. And for other people, it's less judgment that people are now doing social media and whatnot, but it's still there. So the way I see it is Bitcoin really being in the news, okay, because it didn't get into the spotlight until like 2017. And then everyone's like, oh my God, it's like $17,000. This is crazy. It hasn't even been 10 years yet from 2017. 2017. Wait, was that it? Yeah, that's so weird. Okay, and it was 2017 when Bitcoin first hit, like, I think around $17,000, right? I don't know. I didn't buy it then, but I think that's what it says in the chart. Um, by the year 2027, which we're like headed that way, but like by the year 2027, that will only have been 10 years. And that might mean that at that point in time, people who hate it right now are like, "Oh, that's disgusting. Like, why do you have Bitcoin?" or whatever. They might only just begin to be like, "Oh, you know what? I do want to put like 3% of my earnings into it, or 5% or 10%." They may not even still, like, believe it enough until, like, another 10 years later. So, anyways, that's my prediction. I just believe that gold, the reason why everyone's like, people basically validate gold because they could go back and be like, thousands of years ago, people all had gold. And so gold's legit all over the world. And I'm not like denying this. I do agree. But then it's like, that's how humans are. Because they're like, you know what? It's legit because it's been around for so long. So gold will always be worth money. So I think it literally just takes years. It takes time for humans to accept the fact that this is working. The internet that we all use right now wasn't even respected, wasn't even like considered like Like, "Oh, I have a website. Oh, that's nice. Like, that's cool. Good for you." Like, it wasn't like, if you look back and you study, like, in the past, like, lawyers weren't even, like, really okay with sending, like, emails and filing things, like, using computers when it first, like, came out, because to them, like, everything was done by paper. So it's just, like, it just takes time for people to accept things. The radio, when it was actually first invented, or when people were, like, not even when it was first invented, first time when people were, like, doing radio, I think some guy, you can search this up, but I watched this video or I heard somewhere where when the first person who was doing radio, they came up with an idea like, "Let me, like, get in a call and have someone talk to me on the radio." He, like, waited hours for people to, like, respond because nobody really wanted to do that because, like, that's weird. And now, like, there's all these things where people would love to call in, like, hundreds, thousands of people call in to just, like, be on the radio. So I just think everything takes time. I do think we're early in crypto. So if you do believe in it, again, not financial advice, your own DD, entertainment purposes only. But the way I see it is I believe in it. The only regrets I have in life, like with YouTube, is letting what other people think get to me. And we could all be wrong. Like Bitcoin could also, if you believe in crypto, your coin, my coin, whatever we're invested in, it could all just go down to nothing by the end of this year too. That could is also a possibility. But then there's that other possibility that we are going in the right direction, and it just takes time. And it's maybe still super early to the point where that's why you're still getting judgments for it. That's why most people still don't invest in it. So there you go. Anyways, thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I gotta go. Take care. Smash like button on your way out. And please, please, please check out my second channel. I really, really want to grow it as well. And it is hard starting something new. So second channel link down below. I will eventually do live streams over there, but just anything goes type of style. Like I'll just be talking about literally like anything under the sun. And it'll be very, 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 very long live streams over there as I am trying to gain the hours and the followers. So definitely make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Link down below. You can find it. See you guys soon. Bye.